in Mississippi.
Wilkerson really paints a picture of this almost feudal system.
Yes.
You're constantly working,
Right.
but never really getting ahead.
Exactly. And for Ida Mae, it wasn't just the economic hardship. It was the injustice of it all.
Right.
She was becoming increasingly frustrated with the sharecropping system and how it was designed to keep Black families trapped in debt.
And then there's that shame.
Welcome to Witter. Who Has Time to Read? The podcast that brings deep dives for busy minds. Listen to AI hosts Jane and Dane and get ready to unpack the world's most captivating books in just a fraction of the time. Whether commuting, working out, or just squeezing in a quick break, we deliver key insights, thought-provoking themes, and takeaways you can carry into your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Plus, use our links in the description to purchase this book. Your support helps us bring more engaging book discussions to you. Listen and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Who has time to read? You do, with Witter.
Welcome back to Witter, your shortcut to being well-read. Deep dives for busy minds. You know, it's Black History Month, and this month on Witter.
This month, we're bringing you stories that illuminate the Black experience in America.
Exactly.
And today, we're diving deep
Yes.
into Isabel Wilkerson's The Warmth of Other Suns, the epic story of America's Great Migration.
Such a powerful book. This book is more than just a history book.
It is.
It's a tapestry.
Yeah.
Woven from the lives of three real people, Ida Mae Gladney, George Swanson Starling,
Yes.
and Robert Joseph Pershing Foster. Each of them left the South during the Great Migration, seeking something better.
And it's that something better that makes this book so fascinating.
Right.
We often hear about the Great Migration in terms of statistics and timelines, but
Yeah.
Wilkerson centers the human experience.
Yeah.
It's the intimate stories of these individuals
Yes.
that help us understand the scale and significance of this movement.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Their stories really bring to life what it was like to live under Jim Crow. Wilkerson doesn't shy away from the harsh realities. And through these individual experiences, we gain a deeper understanding of the pervasive fear
Yeah.
and danger that was a daily reality for Black Americans in the South.
Exactly. Remember young George Starling? He was forced to step back while a pharmacist served his dog
Oh, gosh.
before him at an ice cream counter.
Wow.
That seemingly small incident reveals something profound about the psychology of segregation.
Yeah.
It wasn't just about laws.
Right.
It was about daily rituals
Yeah.
designed to reinforce a sense of inferiority.
It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And then there's Ida Mae, who witnessed the aftermath of a lynching firsthand.
Right.
The fear that gripped her entire community after that.
I know. It's
Yeah.
just, these weren't isolated incidents. This was the norm.
Yeah.
And it's this suffocating reality, this constant threat of racial terror
Oh, right.
that fueled the Great Migration.
Yes.
People weren't just looking for better jobs. They were searching for basic human dignity.
Makes you wonder, what would it take for you to leave everything you know behind?
Right.
Your home, your family, your entire way of life? That's the question Wilkerson forces us to confront.
And that's why it's so important to understand who these people were,
Right.
what their lives were like before they decided to make that monumental decision to leave.
Okay, so let's meet our three protagonists
Okay.
and explore what ultimately pushed them to leave everything they knew behind.
Yeah.
Let's start with Ida Mae Gladney.
Okay.
She was a sharecropper's wife in Mississippi.
Uh-huh.
Imagine, she was trapped in this endless cycle of cotton picking and poverty, literally fashioning a dress out of flour sacks because she couldn't even afford clothes made from the cotton she picked.
Wow.
I mean,
It really highlights the deep injustice of the system.
right.
Sharecropping was designed to keep Black families indebted to white landowners,
Right.
offering very little hope for advancement.
It's just,
For Ida Mae, it was the combination of this economic trap and the ever-present threat of racial violence that fueled her desire for something more.
Then there's George Starling, a restless young man from Florida.
Okay.
Wilkerson describes him as full of ambition, always hustling, always looking for opportunities.
Yeah.
But Jim Crow was always there, like a wall constantly reminding him of his place.
And he experienced that firsthand.
Yeah.
He was turned away from restaurants, told to eat in the back,
Oh,
all because of the color of his skin.
it's just,
It was a daily reminder of his second-class status.
right.
And we can't forget the ice cream counter incident where the pharmacist served his dog before him.
I know, it's absurd. I mean, these incidents may seem small on the surface, but they had a cumulative effect, chipping away at his sense of self-worth.
Absolutely. And I think it's important to note that George's experience adds another layer to this story.
Yes.
While Ida Mae was trapped by economic circumstance, George was held back by a system that refused to acknowledge his talent and ambition. He represents a generation that was ready to fight for a world where their worth wasn't determined by the color of their skin.
Absolutely. And finally, we have Robert Pershing Foster, who had completely different experience compared to Ida Mae and George.
Mm-hmm.
He was a successful doctor in Louisiana.
Okay.
He had achieved a level of respect and stability that many Black Southerners could only dream of.
Yes. But even with his education and his profession, he was still hitting a ceiling because of Jim Crow.
He was denied the opportunity to assist with a white woman's surgery just because of his race, even though he was fully qualified.
It's shocking, really.
It is.
This incident was a wake-up call for him.
Yeah.
It made him realize that no matter how much he achieved, he would never be fully accepted in the South.
Right.
He was ready for a place where his talent and ambition wouldn't be stifled by prejudice.
And that decision was solidified when a white doctor came in and delivered a baby that Robert was scheduled to deliver.
Oh, wow.
The white doctor essentially took over without even acknowledging Robert.
This blatant disrespect was the final straw for him.
Yep.
It was a visceral reminder of the power dynamics at play, and it solidified his decision to leave.
So we have three individuals, each with unique experiences, yet all arriving at the same conclusion. The South was holding them back.
And this feeling, this desire for something better, wasn't unique to them.
Right.
It was shared by millions of Black Southerners who were ready to take a leap of faith and seek a better life elsewhere.
Their stories give us a glimpse into the motivations behind this mass movement of people. It's more than just a historical event.
It is.
It's a testament to the human spirit's resilience and the enduring hope for a brighter future.
Right. And their journeys are far from over.
That's true.
The decision to leave was just the first step.
Exactly.
What were their journeys like? What challenges did they face along the way? We'll delve into that right now.
We just got a glimpse of what life was like for Ida Mae, George, and Robert before they decided to leave the South. But I'm curious to really understand the tipping point for each of them, the moment that made them say, that's it. I'm out of here.
Right, because as we talked about earlier, the decision to leave wasn't made lightly.
Right.
It was a huge risk.
Definitely.
So let's go back to Ida Mae.
Okay.
We know she was struggling as a sharecropper's wife in Mississippi.
Wilkerson really paints a picture of this almost feudal system.
Yes.
You're constantly working,
right,
but never really getting ahead.
Exactly. And for Ida Mae, it wasn't just the economic hardship. It was the injustice of it all.
Right.
She was becoming increasingly frustrated with the sharecropping system and how it was designed to keep Black families trapped in debt.
And then there's that chilling story about her cousin's family being driven out of Mississippi.
Yes, after her cousins had an altercation with a white woman.
Wow.
They fled to Milwaukee for their safety and never returned.
Wow.
That story planted a seed in Ida Mae's mind.
Yeah.
A seed of possibility.
Right.
It showed her that escape was possible.
Right.
That there was life beyond the confines of the South.
So for Ida Mae, the catalyst wasn't one single event, but rather a combination of factors. The economic trap of sharecropping, the ever-present threat of violence, and the realization that a different life was possible.
Now, George Starling's story is quite different. He was young and ambitious, always hustling, always looking for opportunities, but he kept running up against that same wall, Jim Crow.
Like the time he was turned away from a restaurant simply because of his race,
right,
and told to eat in the back.
Exactly.
I mean,
these were constant reminders of his second-class status.
Yeah.
It's hard to imagine the psychological toll those daily humiliations must have taken.
Right. And then there was that incident at the ice cream counter where the pharmacist served his dog before serving him.
Right.
Wilkerson uses this anecdote so brilliantly.
Yeah.
It seems so absurd on the surface.
I know.
But it cuts right to the heart of the dehumanizing nature of segregation.
It stripped away any pretense of equality, revealing the ugly truth of Jim Crow. And for George, who was so full of life and ambition, this was a breaking point.
Yeah.
He was tired of being treated like he was less than human.
He just wanted a chance to prove himself.
Yeah.
To live in a society where he was judged on his merits, not the color of his skin.
And lastly, we have Robert Pershing Foster, who, unlike Ida Mae and George, already had a successful career as a doctor.
Right.
But even he, with his education and status, couldn't escape the suffocating grip of Jim Crow.
There's that moment in the book where he's denied the opportunity to assist with a white woman's surgery, despite being fully qualified.
And remember, this wasn't some rural backwater hospital.
Right.
This was in Louisiana in a relatively progressive setting.
I know.
But even there, his expertise was dismissed simply because he was Black.
It's mind-boggling.
It is.
And what's so powerful about this incident is that it demonstrates that Jim Crow wasn't just about keeping Black people from getting ahead financially.
Right.
It was about limiting their potential in every aspect of life.
Precisely. And for Robert, this experience was a rude awakening.
Yeah.
It shattered any illusion that he could achieve true equality in the South.
Right.
Then to make matters worse, he had a white doctor essentially steal a delivery from him.
Right. Wilkerson describes how the white doctor just came in and took over without even acknowledging Robert.
Yes.
It was a blatant power play.
So it was a visceral reminder of the racial hierarchy that permeated even the supposedly objective world of medicine.
Right.
It solidified Robert's decision that he needed to leave the South in order to fully realize his potential.
So we have three very different individuals from very different backgrounds, all pushed to their breaking point by the same system of oppression.
Yeah.
It's a powerful reminder that Jim Crow wasn't just about laws and policies.
It wasn't.
It was about the lived experiences of millions of people who were denied basic human rights and dignity on a daily basis.
Their stories are both unique and universal.
Yeah.
They represent the hopes, dreams, and frustrations of an entire generation of Black Americans
Right.
who were ready for a change.
Absolutely.
And they remind us that the fight for equality and justice is an ongoing struggle.
Absolutely. So we understand why they left, but what was it actually like to make that journey? What challenges did they face along the way?
Well, that's where the real adventure begins.
Right.
Each of them faced incredibly difficult choices.
Yeah.
And the journey north was far from easy.
Right.
It was a journey fraught with uncertainty and danger, and it's a testament to their resilience and determination.
Right. Let's dive into those journeys and explore the challenges and triumphs they experienced along the way. So we've talked about why they left the South,
Right.
but what was it like to actually make that journey?
It was a huge leap of faith. Each journey, was unique. Ida Mae traveled by train
Right.
with her young children.
Little kids.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
the exhaustion,
Yeah.
the cramped conditions,
Oh, gosh.
the constant movement?
Because, yeah.
Wilkerson's descriptions are so vivid, you can almost feel the sway of the train and hear the cries of tired children.
It must have been, just an incredible experience.
It is.
And a testament to her strength, for sure.
Oh, absolutely.
And then there's George.
Yes, George traveled by bus.
By Bess, wow.
His story is filled with this palpable sense of tension.
Yeah.
Wilkerson describes the dust swirling in the air,
I can imagine.
the constant vigilance,
Yeah.
the fear of encountering danger as a Black man traveling alone.
Traveling alone, yeah.
It was a journey fraught with risk,
Yeah.
and every mile was a reminder of the vulnerability he faced.
Right. And then Robert, he had a car. So
Robert drove, across the country.
Yeah.
He had the luxury of his own car,
Right.
but he still encountered countless obstacles.
I bet.
He was denied lodging because of his race, forced to rely on guidebooks to find safe havens.
Oh, wow.
His journey really highlights the insidious nature of segregation.
Yeah.
It wasn't just confined to the South.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a nationwide system of discrimination
Yeah.
that permeated every aspect of American life.
It's a sobering reminder that even when Black Americans escaped the legal segregation of the South, they often encountered different
Yeah,
but equally insidious forms of racism in the North.
absolutely.
They were often relegated to overcrowded neighborhoods,
Yeah.
denied access to good jobs,
Yes.
and faced discrimination in housing and education.
Yes, it's important to acknowledge that the North wasn't the promised land
Right.
that many had hoped for.
Yeah.
It was a place of both opportunity
Right,
and
right. There's that poignant moment in the book where Ida Mae arrives in Chicago and sees her first indoor bathroom.
Oh, wow.
It's such a small detail, but it speaks volumes about the vast differences
It does.
between the world she left behind and the one she was entering.
It underscores the fact that the Great Migration wasn't just about geographic relocation.
Right.
It was about social and economic mobility.
Yes.
It was about the pursuit of a better life,
Yeah.
a life with dignity and opportunity.
And despite all those challenges,
Yeah.
millions of Black Americans made that journey.
It's incredible.
They transformed northern cities,
Yes,
contributed to the growth of Black culture and political power,
they did.
and reshaped the very fabric of American society.
Absolutely. The Great Migration is a testament to the resilience of the human spirit,
Yeah.
the enduring hope for a better future,
Yeah.
and the unwavering belief in the possibility of change.
The Warmth of Other Suns offers a powerful and moving account of this pivotal chapter in American history.
It does.
It's a story that continues to resonate today, reminding us of the struggles and triumphs of those who came before us.
And as we continue to grapple with issues of race, equality, and justice in our own time,
Yes.
it's essential to remember these stories. They
Absolutely.
challenge us to think critically about the past, to confront the uncomfortable truths of our history,
Yeah.
and to work toward a more just and equitable future for all.
I think that's a great place to wrap up. Thank you so much for taking this deep dive with me.
Oh, it was my pleasure.
And thank you to all of our listeners for joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Be sure to subscribe to Witter for more deep dives for busy minds. And we'll see you next time.